Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are coming from. Welcome to Explore Purpose. This is a live special edition broadcast of the Explore Purpose podcast. And as many of you know, if you've been following my podcast for any length of time, you know that I have an affinity and a love for the country of Ukraine, for the people of Ukraine. And today we are honored to have with us Sonya Koshkina. She's a journalist. She is an editor-in-chief of a news portal in Ukraine. And she is also the co-author and presenter of the YouTube project Kishkina and author of the book Maydan, An Untold Story. And today, Sonya joins us live from the city of Lviv. Sonya, welcome to Explore Purpose, the live edition.
Thank you. Hi, everybody, and thank you for this invitation.
Well, it is an honor to have you here and to speak with you. And because you are close to the subject that we're going to be talking about, tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into telling stories and journalism in Ukraine.
Hey, now I'm 36 years old, and more than 1 year I'm in journalism inside. I start to work as a journalist when I was very young, just 15. It's a job of all my life, and more than last 12 years I'm co-founder and editor-in-chief of very big and famous in Ukraine internet media LB.ua. Also, I wrote a book about Maydan. It's named Maydan Untold Story. Yes, it's my site, LB. You may read it on a Ukrainian version, Russian version, and also English version. So if you need free and really good news about just now operative news from Ukraine, you may choose English version and check them on LB. So it's what I'm doing in life. I'm also studied students of journalism in Kyiv National University. So I am scientist, so I'm journalist, and I'm editor-in-chief.
So tell us a little bit, for some people here in the US and in other English-speaking countries or in the West, we may not know why. Why did this incursion happen? Why did Russia decide to invade?
I think nobody knows the right answer. Nobody besides Vladimir Putin. Because we are in December, in January, we understand. Just now. A war in my country is for last 8 years. It started 8 years ago on Donbass. So all this time we have the war, but from the end of November and beginning of December, we understand that it may be escalation. We all understand it because Russian troops was very close to our borders, and it was a huge number of these troops. But nobody want to believe in it. Nobody want to believe because it's absolutely it's strange to imagine. It's 21st century. It's center of the Europe. And it's really a genocide of Ukrainian people because Adolf Hitler killed Jewish people in the times of the Second World War only because about their nationality. Vladimir Putin makes just now absolutely the same. I remember very well 24th February. I live in the center of the Kyiv, in the center near Sofia Kyivska. It's a famous cathedral in the center of the Kyiv, and I woke up from bombs. I hear them. It was not far from our house, airport, one of the two Kyiv capital airports, Juliany. It's not in the center, but not far from the center, and it was 5 o'clock. I understand everything in 1 minute. I woke up, take my computer, and I need to write news for my readers. And I saw and hear a speech of Vladimir Putin. He said that his aim is to denazificate our country. That its aim that it's not about civilian people. It's only about army. But in the first, not day, in the first hours was bombed all big cities in the left bank of the Dnieper. Kyiv, Dnieper, several years ago it was Dnipropetrovsk, Sumy, Zaporizhia, Chernihiv, Melitopol, and another Kharkiv. Just now, on the third day of the war, Kharkiv, center of the Kharkiv was absolutely destroyed. Absolutely. If you see photo cards of Dresden in 45 or Stalingrad in 43, it's absolutely the same. Kharkiv is looking now. It's destroyed. Now the Ukraine, Sumy, it's destroyed. So, and yeah, it's all about civil population. It's not about our army.
I just heard this morning that 8 missiles landed in Vinnytsia and destroyed the airport in Vinnytsia.
In Vinnytsia, yeah, it's a central part of Ukraine. It's a central part of Ukraine, and now a lot of evacuation roads are going through the Vinnytsia because a lot of people, I see that United Nations says that it's more than 1 million refugees across the border with Poland, Hungary, and other European countries. And if you ask me how many refugees here inside the country, I don't know. Just now I am also a refugee because I am in Lviv, not in Kyiv. And if before the war, if you using a car, it takes 6 hours from Kyiv to Lviv. Just 6 hours by car. Just now, if by car, it takes 2 days.
Wow.
And it's okay. 2 days is very well because it's not safety. Part of the main road through Zhytomyr is destroyed absolutely, and it's absolutely not safety at night. So you need to go 100 kilometers and stop, 100 kilometers and stop. So Vinnytsia, yes, it's very dangerous because through the Vinnytsia is one of the main evacuation road to the west of Ukraine.
So on your journey from Kyiv to the city, how long did that take, and what was that experience like?
18 hours by the train. All train is not possible to buy tickets. All train it's for evacuation. All trains are evacuation, and it's big carriages. And if it's possible to be 100 people, for example, in a carriage, as usual, just now it's 300s, 400s, and people are staying in the carriages. And this is not men. It's women, it's old people, it's most of them are with dogs, with cats. And if you can sit, it's a happiness, really happiness. So in one part of the carriage, we was four persons on one place. And we are going 15 hours. And really, I think we are very happy that we are here just now, that we are here.
So how are the citizens of Ukraine, how are they dealing with this? What is the mood like? What is their atmosphere?
It's a best atmosphere, as I remember, for all my life here in Ukraine. I'm a citizen of Ukraine. I was born in Ukraine in the times of Soviet Union, 1985, sorry. And we are a community. We are all together. We are a nation. And the main mistake of Vladimir Putin, he doesn't understand. He started a war not against Ukrainian government. He said that they are Nazis, they are Banderovics, they use drugs. It's absolutely not true. But he started a war against Ukrainian citizens. And I can tell you an interesting story. Our Russian brothers, I mean Russian people, they said that they cannot protest against Vladimir Putin because they are afraid if they come on a demonstration, maybe something happens, they may be arrested. That is why they are not protested, and they're living in dictature, but it's okay for them. Yesterday in it's a very big city on the south part of Ukraine. It's named Kherson. Kherson just now is occupied. It's absolutely occupied by Russian troops. But Kherson people gathered on the main square without any weapon. And here is Russian troops, here is our people without weapons accents. And they song Ukrainian hymns, they have our flags. And Russians may destroy them by one push from the tank, but they didn't do it. And just now, it's the same situation in a lot of other cities and also villages. Citizens are just fighting against Russian troops without weapon.
Wow. Do you think that the experiences that Ukraine went through back during the Maydan occupation really strengthened the resolve of Ukrainians to have freedom?
Yeah, I'm absolutely sure that we will be a winner. It's absolutely understandable for me, and it's a great chance to build a new country, a powerful country, and I'm sure that it will be. But when and for what we need to pay for it, how many lives of my Ukrainian brothers and sisters we need to pay, because just now it's a huge military of citizens which have died, and Russian troops, they are destroyed civil people. Today it was evacuation from Irpin, Bucha. It's small towns not far from Kyiv, 10-20 minutes by the car to Kyiv before the war. Kyiv, before the war, it was a big city. It's the capital of Ukraine, and it's near 4 million inhabitants, and it's an agglomeration. So near the Kyiv, it's a lot of small towns, and one of them is Irpin or Vorzel. It's absolutely destroyed. 95% of all buildings, it's destroyed now. And you understand that in Irpin, in Bucha, in Vorzel, it was towns for middle class. People working, buying their houses, build these houses, going to the office in the center of the Kyiv, going back, and etc. etc. So just now it's absolutely destroyed, and there are a lot of civils there, and our soldiers try to evacuate them, but all of them was attacked by Russian troops. They know that it's evacuation, but they destroyed women, they destroyed children. More than 40 children just died. 40 Yeah, and it's not correct information, because it's impossible to have correct information in this situation.
Right.
And just now it's 11th day of the war, and more than 11,000 of Russians are also dying. You know that in the times of Afghanistan war, for 10 years, it was died 26,000 of Russian people. Soviet. 26,000 for 10 years, or 11,000 for 11 days.
Wow. So how are the citizens of Ukraine feeling about the lack of direct support from NATO, from the U.S.? We're standing by, providing arms, providing resources, but not actually getting involved. What's the feeling there about that?
Not enough, because a main what we need, to close our sky. If NATO will not do it, Ukraine, not only Ukraine, will be absolutely destroyed. After it will be Poland. After it will be Baltic countries. After it will be all Central Europe, absolutely. Because before the starting of, before 1939, nobody in Europe don't want to think about Hitler. He can, Sudeti, okay, let's give him Sudeti and he will stop. No, he just start from Sudeti in Czechoslovak Republic. And then he tried to occupy all Europe and another territories. Now it's absolutely the same. Putin is a Hitler. Today he has negotiations with Erdogan, and he said that everything is okay. He will not stop. before if Ukraine don't capitulate. Understandable that it's absolutely it's predictable that we not capitulate.
Mm-hmm. What is it about the Ukrainian people, the spirit of the Ukrainian people, that gives you that strength to say, we will die here if we need to for our country?
We understand that it's very strong spirit. Uh, everybody, our men, our women, our children, everybody. We understand that it's a war for our independence. It's a war for our country, and we have no another country. We have no another land. We are not aggressors. They are aggressors. They came in our country. They kill us. So we understand that we have no another choice. We just need to be a winner, and we will be a winner, I'm sure. But I don't know when.
What can you tell us about the situation there, about the Ukrainians, perhaps that our media here is not telling us?
One more, sorry.
So perhaps, sometimes the media, big media companies, ABC, NBC, CNN, they skew the story. What are they not telling us about Ukrainians, about the situation there?
I think that Ukraine is very far from America, and very hard to understand what is here. You understand that we are bombed, and our cities are destroyed, and maybe some people see photo and video, but when it's presented here in your home, it's absolutely another, and it's very hard to depict. Really, very hard to depict. I hope for operative news, and I want that all people in the world need to understand what is now here in Ukraine, that here's a war. It's not a special war operation like Vladimir Putin says. No, it's a war. It's aggressive. It's destroy of Ukrainians just only because they are Ukrainians.
So what's happening with all of the thousands, hundreds of thousands of refugees, even millions now of refugees? What is happening with them? And I even heard that rail lines have been sabotaged to prevent people from leaving their cities.
I don't know, because Poland, Czech Republic, Hungary, and other countries, a lot of countries in Europe said that they are welcoming refugees. It will be they will live free in their countries for 1 year, for till 3 years. But understandable that all of them need to work somewhere. And we understand that in Europe it's a crisis after pandemic, and it's not enough working places for all of European people. So it will be a problem. I understand it, but people are happy if their houses are okay, and they will be back in their houses, not only in Ukraine, but exactly in their houses, because a lot of people from Kharkiv, from Mariupol, from Volnovakha, from Chernihiv, there were no place where they can be, because their houses are destroyed.
What gives you hope in this situation?
Oh, I don't know. I'm absolutely sure in Ukrainians. Absolutely sure in Ukrainians. I'm absolutely sure that we will be the winner, because it's true. I said our lives, it's our land, and we have no another choice to be a winner. Something else, and I'm very angry. Before we started, you asked me what I'm dreaming, and I want to be safety, because I don't want to leave Kyiv. It's my native city, but our law enforcement said me that I'm in a black list of Russian occupations, because I'm a journalist. I'm a very famous journalist here in Ukraine, and they have a list of journalists, activists, politics, military leaders. We need to destroy at first, and I one of them. So I need to leave Kyiv, and just I'm here in Lviv, and because I have a little baby, but it's a second reason. It's not first reason. First reason is I understand that if I'll be alive and if I'll be in safety, I may make a lot as a journalist to destroy them, destroy all enemies of my country.
What can we do? What can the citizens of the world, what can Americans do to help?
Uh, first of all, you need to understand that here is a war. You need to push your government to close space up the Ukraine. It's very necessary to close the sky up the Ukraine, because from it depends a lot. From it depends how many Ukrainian peoples will be killed in several days. So just now, a main position is to close the sky on Ukraine.
Are there places where we can make donations, where we can contribute
Yeah,
to perhaps
if
resources
possible,
to help?
I ask because LB.ua, we are absolutely independent media. And for 12 years, we are working from a main source of our financing. It's advertising market. So if we are working good, if we are popular, we have advertising, and we may work. But now it's absolutely all stopped. It's understandable. Everything stopped. And all my journalists, somebody in Lviv, somebody in all of them are not all, but a huge part of them are in the west of Ukraine. According we are internet media, it's no doubt where exactly place from where we are working. So yeah, if it's possible, I asked our readers and your readers about a donation for LB.ua. We start a campaign of donation campaign last June, and we used all donors for new projects, for being more interesting for our readers. But just now we need to be alive, we need to work. So you have news with all requisites, and if it's possible, ask your colleagues, ask your readers to help us. We need to work, because information it's very important weapon. It's maybe one of the most important weapon of this war, and it's necessary to be independent information, full information, free information, as we made them.
And so your organization is not at the behest of a government, or, you are independent, looking at this and giving the truth.
Yeah, we're absolutely independent. We was independent from the first day, and I am editor-in-chief, and I also co-founder and co-owner with all another my journalists. So we're absolutely independent all this time.
Well, I am so grateful for what you're doing, for your work, and for your reporting and the stories that are on your website. And we will continue to promote that and to get that word out there, as this is a source of real news and real stories from Ukraine. And our prayers are with you and your family, and with the nation of Ukraine. I have many friends there, and you need our prayers, and you need our support from our government to make a difference, to push away the enemy.
Thank you a lot. Thank you for this conversation. Thank you for this discussion. Thank you for possibility to tell truth about my native country for your readers and your auditory. Thank you a lot.
And for those of you who are watching, please go to visit the website, LB.ua, and if you feel so led, click the support button at the bottom and make a donation, so that they keep this independent news channel alive and working, and so that the reporters there on the ground can get paid. And many of the refugees who are going across the border into Poland, they're middle class people. They left their jobs, they left their work, and so they're not getting paid anymore. And I
Yeah,
can't imagine
it's
what that pain is like.
true.
And
It's true,
so,
and if I am a journalist, and I hope that if I may be useful, maybe for my colleagues in Europe, in USA, but all and other people, I don't know, they maybe they have some little business here in Ukraine, or they will be musicians, for example. I don't know. Everybody of them lost their job. Everybody.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank
So
you again for what you're doing. Please be safe, be well, and we'll continue to stay in touch and to hear what's going on in Ukraine. You will continue to pray for Ukraine and the people of Ukraine.
Conrad,
So,
thanks.
thank you so much. Stay on for just a minute. I'll sign off, and then we'll follow up at the end. You've been watching a live edition of the Explore Purpose podcast. Thank you so much for watching, and please make a contribution where you can to support not only this independent news channel, but also other organizations who are helping the refugees in Ukraine. This is the Explore Purpose podcast. My name is Conrad Weaver. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.